Alright, day 2, Lancaster adventure. I am driving through the little village, town, hamlet, whatever you want to call it, of White Horse. I'm in the eastern part of Lancaster County, passing the Country Gift and Thrift Shop, which is a very well-known Mennonite secondhand store. Love that place. It's closed today, so I can't go in. Today is Good Friday, and a lot of businesses are closed. A lot of businesses in this area are Amish or Mennonite run, and on Good Friday, many of them observe the day by staying home. Schools are closed. People often fast in the morning, and then they will have a light meal in the evening. So tonight I'm invited over to my friend's house for some burgers and salads, and then we're going to go down to Gap, as I mentioned earlier, and check out some carriages that are going to be auctioned off tomorrow. They need another buggy for their oldest son, who is about to start his running around time in the next, I guess 6 months or so. Rumspringa, if you've ever heard that expression used, it's a Pennsylvania Dutch word. It means running around, and it's the time of a young person's life. Usually they start around the age of 16 here in Lancaster anyway, and they still typically live at home, at least in this area. Rumspringa is not, some people have this impression, if you're not Amish, that Rumspringa is this time where the kids wear non-Amish clothes, they wear the English clothes. They get haircuts, they get jobs, they get cars, they date English people and so forth. And that's really not true for Lancaster County. That's not quite accurate. Sometimes the Amish boys on Rumspringa will wear jeans and t-shirts and cowboy boots. But a lot of them do keep their Amish clothes, and they get their own horse and buggy. They do have a lot of freedom. They can go out, hang out with friends. They can go to various parties. At their own homes, their families will host youth gatherings and singings, usually on a Sunday evening. And so it's not really a time where you go out and you smoke and you drink and you party and you go crazy around here. In other parts of the country, I understand that some of the more conservative Amish kids might be a little more likely to break free and live English and smoke and drive cars. But here in Lancaster, the kids stay pretty close to home. They continue to be Amish. The one thing that they will do, particularly the boys, which to me is very amusing, I can always tell when it's a warm night and I'm outside, when a buggy that's owned by a kid on Rumspringa is coming down the road, because a lot of them have boom boxes and they listen to very loud music. So that's one of the things they're allowed to indulge in as in their little time of freedom. And by the way, I am actually leaving Lancaster County and crossing into Chester County, because I need to go down to this little town. This is the nearest town with a drugstore. I need to go by the drugstore. So anyway, it's pretty here too in Chester County. But so that, excuse me, that in a nutshell is what Rumspringa is like for for these Amish kids, and the boys get more freedom. It's very, very rare for a Lancaster Amish girl on Rumspringa to dress English at all. They continue to wear their dresses, their capes, their caps, the white heart-shaped organdy head covering that Lancaster Amish women wear. And of course there are always exceptions, but it really is hard to tell when somebody is, a young person is really on Rumspringa, unless you know what to look for. Typically you know that they're on Rumspringa just because they're going to be a certain age. Rumspringa starts around age 16 and lasts as long as the person wants it to. I think it's typically a year, maybe even two. The purpose of Rumspringa, in case you're wondering, is to give young people the chance to decide if they want to live the rest of their lives as Amish and join the church, or if they want to join the English world. They don't believe in baptism in infancy. They believe that you should only join the church when you are mature enough, emotionally, mentally, to understand the decision that you have made, because once you join the Amish church and become baptized, you are in for life, and leaving becomes a lot harder. Of course, you can still leave. There's no one who's going to force you to stay, but if you have made that commitment, it's sort of, they take it very seriously. It's like marriage. You take your vows, and you do not break those vows without great consequence. So they want to give young people a chance to really think about whether they want to join or not, and live out, hopefully, the rest of their lives as Amish. So there is a little bit more information about Rumspringa. Again, I'm not speaking for all Amish, so anybody watching this knows Amish people who might view Rumspringa a little bit differently. That happens. So it's very hard to speak of such a large population of people without generalizing somewhat. And I'm always just speaking for the Lancaster Amish in a very general sense. So other than that, don't have a whole lot else to talk about, so I think I'm just gonna shut off the camera for now and head down to this drugstore, and I will do another installment later on.
I can hear. Folks, just so you realize, and everybody realizes it in here, the quilt business isn't like it has been 5, 10, even 3, 4 years ago, but there's still somebody putting a lot of work in these quilts for $275, $300. $275, $300. $275, if you like it, you might as well buy it. $275, $300, $275, how else will do? And $75, $300, $275, $300, I have sold. $275, my number is 1638, 45.
Lot number 84, 96 to 108, Hotel Pansy.
I'm stopped at the light, I thought I would film the town of Gap, Pennsylvania. Obviously, where else would I be on my Great Lancaster adventure but Pennsylvania? Anyway, Gap has a lot of semi-trucks passing through it. This is Highway 41, which goes down to Delaware and the seaboard, and so there's a lot of truck traffic that goes through here. But anyway, I wanted to get a shot of the town clock. This is probably the most famous feature in Gap. I don't know how high it is exactly, but it can be seen for a very long way. The mountains that are low mountain, Welsh mountain, that's about 7 miles to the north. When you're on that mountain, you can see that town clock. Just make it out. So anyway, that was Gap, and that's it.